The Dordt defenders with a win here today, 73-55. And joining me for post-game comments, the player side, freshman from Sioux Center, Willow Bleeker. Well, how did that feel, Willow?
That was so fun. That was such a fun game. And being able to win this one for the GPAC tournament was just even that much more sweet. So, yeah, it was fun. You're
in a tough spot. I'm not going to lie. You came into this year and you look at the roster and you see, okay, you've got players in front of you. Mm-hmm. There probably aren't a lot of varsity minutes out there for you. What did you need to focus on this season to try and get better as the year went along? Or how did you need to approach things with you're probably not going to get a ton of varsity minutes? What did you have to focus on?
Yeah. I had to focus on being a good teammate, whether that was in the game, encouraging, and then just in practice. Just being a good practice player and, pushing the starters, just doing things like that just to help them. And, yeah, that was kind of my role coming in as being a good practice player. So.
Now with Hayden getting hurt last Wednesday and trying to work through some things here, 2 games from the end of the season, here you are, getting a chance here this evening. Did it feel different at first going into this varsity game? Because the other games that you've played in, the margin has been pretty wide when you've gotten in towards the end. Tonight you're in the first half, and it's very real at that point. Did it feel different to you at all?
Yeah, it's tough to, it sucks to come in for these circumstances with Hayden going down, but I've had a lot of encouragement from the seniors, just to step up and just do what I can. It was great to play in front of a DeWitt crowd, have the fans behind me. So, just doing my job and just taking care of the ball and shooting it, that was all I had to do. So, yeah, and the seniors and the juniors took me the rest of the way.
Be honest, who's the better shooter, you or Cade?
Oh, that's tough. Maybe Cade in his prime, but he's been out of the game, so I don't know. It would be tough.
Yeah. You've grown up around Dordt basketball. Cade, your older brother, played for the Defenders. And what did you come to game? Has it always been basketball for you? Has that been your favorite sport? Because you played volleyball and were a very accomplished volleyball player as well. Played softball, if I remember correctly. Has it always been basketball, or tell me about that?
Yeah, I would say, from a young age, our family was kind of just basketball family with Cade and watching him grow up. But, yeah, volleyball definitely has a special place in my heart. But, yeah, basketball's kind of been my first love. So.
What are you studying?
I'm studying social work.
Okay. What do you want to do? Do you have any ideas yet, or is it just a matter of getting the degree and sorting things out over the next few years?
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what kind of path I want to go down with social work, but yeah, I'm kind of open to whatever, just learning about the different jobs and occupations within social work. So, yeah.
Do you have a younger sister at Sioux Center Community yet? Is that she playing some basketball?
Yep, I have 2 younger sisters. I have Romy, who's in high school, so she's playing Sioux Center ball there. But yeah, she's had a great year too. It's fun to go back and watch her play and see my other teammates.
Your mom and dad are busy people.
Yeah.
They've watched a lot of basketball this week, or this season.
Romy actually had her first tournament game tonight, so they had to kind of split. Go to Romy's game second half and come to mine first half. So
divide and conquer. Well, thank you for coming up, Willow. Congratulations on the win, and look forward to seeing how you're able to adapt and develop over the next couple of weeks, and we'll go from there.
Thank you. Thank you,
All
Mike.
right, that's Willow Bleeker as she gives us a little insight as to her changing role, and Coach Bill Harmson is going to take a seat beside me as well as the Dordt Defenders wrap up the regular season conference championship with a win here this evening. And Coach, congratulations. I said in the post game, this Jamestown team, pretty good. I won't be surprised if they're serious consideration for an NAI national championship berth when all things are said and done. This is a very good, experienced, physical team, and you found a way to beat them tonight by 18 points.
Yeah, they're very physical. They Rodakowski might be the most improved player in our league this year. In years past, she had a few weaknesses that we could exploit, but now she's just so physical and loves the contact, right? And she just she's a handful in there, and I thought she did a really nice job of feeling where the double team was coming from tonight, and then, you know, those deep threes that they missed turned into an awful lot of offensive rebounds tonight, and then scoring at the basket too. So things for us to work on, but yes, Jamestown certainly a contender to get in, no question.
You tonight didn't shoot the three exceptionally well. You're up 6 at halftime. What do you talk about at halftime? Up 6, and you feel like you're right, maybe on the verge of getting a comfortable lead, and Jamestown just hangs around. What do you talk about?
Yeah, I think I said this before. I always kind of go in and give them my raw thoughts, and right at the start of the half, and you know, it's just one of those things, Mike, where keep shooting. It will drop. We're at home. And you can't be your own worst enemy, right? Just those positive thoughts and that positive self-talk, and I thought we in reality missed or passed up a couple really nice rhythm looks at the three-point line too in that first half, just because it just wasn't dropping, and we can't have that. And you know, Concordia, when we played them down at their place last week, man, they kept all 5 gals within 15 feet of the, you know, and didn't come out and guard us. So I'm assuming that we might have to see that again, and that's okay. I think in our gym that happens again, we'll be in really good shape. So, Mike, it's just one of those confidence factors thing that we just got to continue to work through.
Willow Bleeker, I said during the broadcast, I said she is the one player who I've watched this year, and I've said, you know what, there's just not room for her in terms of minutes. And here she is a couple weeks from the end of the year, and you now need to try to figure out what you're going to do for a 10th player. And I don't know that you have that completely figured out at this point, but how hard is it, or how much coaching do you have to do to say to a player, you know what, I don't know how this year is going to go. We don't know what's going to transpire, but we need you to stay engaged, even if you're not playing. How much do you have to do?
With this team, that's been very easy. They're all motivated. They're all on the same page. That culture in the locker room is very strong, and we're all working towards the same goals, those same purposes. And so with this team, that's been very, very easy. You know, the other night, we couldn't play Willow because the head coach of Dordt plays her in 45 seconds, you know, a few too many times, which really bugs me, but we had to wait, and you know, Saturday we're going to probably have to wait with her again, and then we can hit the ground running the rest of the way. But we have other players on our bench that are ready to step in and help us too. So they know that, and like we had 3 on our bench tonight that we couldn't put in the game just because of game counts, and they're all aware, they all understand. But it's just now, you know, we got a nice day tomorrow to recover. Great practice Friday to get ready for a tough Concordia team, and then that home stretch where we can really dive in and dial into the things that we need to do necessary to get to that next level.
Obviously, you want to win a conference championship, and you accomplished that outright here this evening. Is that something that you talked about during the course of the year, or is it a byproduct of just simply taking care of things day by day?
Yeah, it's certainly a goal of our team to win the conference title again. And, you know, to clinch it this early is just a testament to how hard those women have worked every day. And to come through the GPAC unscathed so far is just really a testament to our women and how hard they've worked. But now they've accomplished that. But the goal sheet isn't finished, right, Mike? I mean, we're going to continue to keep working hard, staying healthy, and hopefully continue to check some of those other goals off the list.
Coach, I will let you go. Thanks for coming up, and we'll see you on Saturday.
Thank you, Mike.
That's Coach Bill Harmson, and that's going to do it for the women's portion of the broadcast. And let's take a look at the matchup between these two teams, Dordt and Dordt and Jamestown. And Greg Euland is the head coach of the Jimmies. Jimmies are 13-11 overall, 8-8 in the conference. Jamestown stopped a 2-game losing streak to Hastings, and Northwestern with an 87-77 win over Midland on February the 10th. Jimmies are 6-6 in 2024. Tail of the tape, Jamestown 83-83 scoring, field goal percentage 47-47, rebounds 38-37, advantage Jamestown. Three-pointers made, 9.6 per game for the Jimmies, 8.6 for opponents. Three-point percentage 38-37, advantage Jamestown. Silas Benyon is leading the team with 18.2 points per game. Cole Woodford adds 12.6. Will Cordes, 11.6. Colby Vasquez, 11.4. And Antonio Chandler, 9.9. For the Dordt defenders, they're looking to snap a 2-game losing streak. They're 10-4 in their last 14 games. The defenders are outscoring teams 90-78 this season, outshooting teams 51-44 for field goal percentage, rebounding teams 38-35. Three-point shooting, Dordt 9, opponents 8.8. Field goal three-point percentage, 38-33, advantage Dordt. Top players for the defenders, top scorers, Lucas Lorenzen, 22.2 points, 6.6 rebounds. Bryce Kopic, 17.9 points, 4.8 rebounds. Luke Rankin, 11.2 points per game, 6.9 assists. Connor Milliken, 12.2 points per game. Jake Hargens, 5.9. Ben Fairclough, 7.0. Ty Vanessen, 4.8. Jackson Lusher, 6.1 points per game. Starting lineup for the defenders. Luke Rankin is a 5'10 junior from Grimes, Iowa, averaging 11.2 points per game. Connor Milliken is a 6-foot freshman from Springfield, Nebraska. He is averaging 12.2 points per outing. Bryce Kopic is a 5'11 senior from Haywarden, Iowa, and he is averaging 17.9 points per game. Lucas Lorenzen is averaging 22.2 points per game. He wears number 3, and Ben Fairclough wears number 35. He is a 6'8 post player from Perth, Australia. Jamestown with the basketball. Silas Benyon in the starting lineup. He drives right side, throws it into the corner, gets it over to Woodford. Cole Woodford, 6'1 senior from Redwood Falls, Minnesota, averages 12.6 points per game. He squeezes off a 3 and knocks it down. Cole Woodford with the 3-point basket, and the Dordt defender lead is 3-0. Pardon me, the Jamestown lead is 3-0. Wishful thinking. Dordt with the shot on the other end. 3-0 our score. With the basketball is Woodford. Woodford with it. Jamestown in front. And the Jimmies go back over to Woodford. Woodford's fadeaway in the paint is up and down. So Woodford with the 2-point bucket, and Jamestown has a 5-0 lead. Shot from the top of the key by the defenders and Ben Fairclough. He missed it. Jamestown with the basketball, and the Jimmies. That's shot by Benyon, misses. Wide, not out of bounds. The defenders with the basketball. They lead 5-0. So Woodford, after knocking down a couple of shots, doesn't get to touch the ball on that possession. With the basketball, Lorenzen to Fairclough. Fairclough back over to Lucas. Lucas shot from 17, good. Lucas Lorenzen with a 2-point basket. Dordt leads 5-2. Jamestown basketball. Cordes on the left-hand side gives it up to Benyon. Benyon with it. Benyon comes back to the top of the key. Benyon is from Eugene, Oregon. He leads the team with 18.2 points per game. Jimmy Linus, 6'8 senior from Port St. Lucie, Florida, did not play in the last game. Scores 2 that time. And a goaltending call at the other end against the Jimmies. And the Dordt defenders back to within 3 at 7-4. 7-4 the score. Defenders down 3. Jamestown with the basketball. There you saw the replay of the Lucas Lorenzen mid-range jumper. Benyon with it on the left-hand side, guarded by Lorenzen. Comes back right side, Cordes. Will Cordes, averaging 11.1 points per game. He's a senior. They go to Linus. Linus in the lane. His shot no good. And the rebound cleared by the defenders. Cordes is a senior from Shakopee, Minnesota. Right side it goes back over to Lorenzen. Lorenzen, Fairclough. Fairclough down low to Kopic. Fading away from 12 on the baseline. No good. And the rebound is cleared by Jamestown. Jamestown basketball. And a three-pointer. And Leitz knocks down the triple, and Jamestown leads 10-4. Up front, Milliken. Milliken looks right side, Fairclough, goes over to Lorenzen. Lorenzen, baseline jumper, 15-footer, no good. And the rebound tapped out of bounds, last touched by Dordt. It'll be Jamestown basketball. So the defenders down 6 early on, 10-4. And the Jimmies will set the offense. Benyon with the basketball. Benyon gets the return pass. Lorenzen guarding him. Back out front, Woodford. Woodford, top of the key three, no good. And the rebound cleared by the defenders. Coming up with it is Rankin. Rankin into the front court. Luke with it, right side, Kopic. Bryce shakes left, goes right, tries to pass it off. Ball is deflected, taken away by Benyon. Benyon feeds it ahead, Leitz. Leitz layup good. Leitz with the 2-point bucket, and Jamestown out quickly. They take a 12-4 lead. 12-4 our score. Timeout on the floor. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in 30 seconds.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by NewTek. They're your partner for success when purchasing equipment for construction, manufacturing, ag, and other industries. Don't miss the opportunity to transform your business and redefine your productivity standards with NewTek. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Rental. Looking for top-notch rental equipment? Look no further than Rental in Sioux Center, Spencer, Storm Lake, and Sioux Falls. Rental, your regional equipment rental experts. Visit them online, rental.com, or call 712-722-3928.
Luke Rankin brings the ball up, passes it off to Ben Fairclough. Fairclough with it to Kopic. Kopic tries to feed it down low, and the ball is deflected, taken away by Leitz. Leitz with it. Leitz gets the return pass against Milliken now, pushing it forward and has it stripped away. Picks it back up, throws it back out front, Benyon. Silas Benyon with it. Benyon driving right-hand side, spins into the lane. Benyon shovels it off Leitz. Leitz back to Linus. Linus off the glass, no good, but there for the putback is Linus. And Jimmy Linus with 4 points, and the defenders have an early deficit of 14-4. Fairclough back over to Lorenzen. Lorenzen with it. Lorenzen back over to Rankin. Gives it up Kopic, left corner. Back right side it goes Lorenzen. Lorenzen gives it Milliken. Milliken splits the defense, puts it up, shot no good, and the rebound is controlled by Jamestown, and the Jimmies limit the defenders to one shot. One and done, and here come the Jimmies with it on the right-hand side. Cordes goes back to Benyon. Benyon's shot is up and no good, but a foul on the play called on Bryce Kopic. That's number 1 on Bryce. To the free throw line will be Silas Benyon. Waiting to check in will be Antonio Chandler for the Jimmies. Also checking in will be Colby Vasquez. Woodford checks out. Linus checks out. Chandler is in. Vasquez is in. Cordes stays on the floor along with Leitz. Second free throw is up and good, so Benyon makes 1 of 2. And the defenders trail 15-4. Not a good start for the defenders. Milliken 3, left it short, right wing. Rebound taken away by Lorenzen. Lorenzen with it on the wing. And Lorenzen back out front, Jackson Lusher. Lusher with it at the top of the key. Passes back to Milliken. Milliken 17-footer straight on good. Connor Milliken with a 2-point bucket. It's 15-6 as he knocks it down from straight on. Jimmy basketball, left-hand side, down to the baseline. Cut off is Cordes. Back to the top of the key, Vasquez. Vasquez goes to Benyon. Benyon drives in, reverse layup, good. Silas Benyon with his second and third point. Dordt trails 17-6. Lorenzen basketball, high post, Van Essen. Van Essen comes back outside. Goes back over to Lusher. Lusher with it. Lusher looking down low. Comes back to Lorenzen. Lorenzen right-handed layup, no good. And the rebound is cleared by Jamestown. Jamestown with it. Vasquez underneath. Vasquez kicks it back to the corner, and the three-pointer is up and good for Leitz. 20-6, Jamestown by 14, 6 minutes into the contest. Van Essen with the basketball, left side Rankin. Rankin with it on the wing. Rankin comes back right side, Lusher. Lusher deep right wing. Lusher into the paint. And Lusher puts the shot up, and he's fouled on the play. Leitz has whistled for the personal foul, his first. And Jackson Lusher will go to the free throw line. So the defenders, they got a little bit of a hill to climb here, down 20-6 right away. Jimmy so far, first free throw by Lusher is up and down. Jamestown so far 8 of 12 from the floor, Dordt 3 for 10. Lusher with a second free throw on the way. Defenders haven't been able to get out and run yet. Second free throw is up and good, 20-8. So 20-8, Jamestown by a dozen. Woodford out front, gets a ball screen, looks down low. That's Chandler. Chandler squares up now against Milliken. Shot on the way by Chandler, no good. Rebound taken away by the defenders. Coming up with it is Rankin. Rankin with the basketball. Rankin gets it back over to Milliken. Milliken right side back to Rankin. Rankin gives left wing over to Lusher. Lusher trying to back his way in against Chandler. Brings the double team to him. Fires it back over to Vanessa. An extra pass. Shane Hogsma. Hogsma with the three. Missed it. No good. And the rebound is controlled by Jamestown. Jamestown with a 20-8 lead. They've got the basketball. They go to Woodford. Left corner. Now Vasquez. Vasquez puts it on the deck. Vasquez back. Right side Cordes. Cordes misses everything. So Cordes misses everything. And Bryce Kopic will check into the ball game. Connor Milliken checks out. And the defenders with the basketball looking to cut the lead down to 10 with a made two here. Shane Hogsma on the left-hand side picks up the dribble back over to Van Essen. Van Essen into the paint, and he stripped on the way up, and I believe he'll go to the free throw line to shoot two. So Woodford called for the personal foul. And free throws on the way for Ty Van Essen. Van Essen hasn't gotten to the free throw line much this season. This will be his 27th try this year. Makes that one. He's got another one on the way, trying to cut the lead down to 10. And a second free throw on the way for the Sheldon, Iowa native. This one's up and in and out, no good. 20-9, defenders down 11. Jamestown basketball, right-hand side Woodford. Dordt's been off since that Morningside loss last Wednesday. A foul called on the cut. And that's going to go against Dordt's Shane Hogsma. Hogsma called for personal foul number 1. That is team foul number 2 against the defenders. And Jamestown answering with a three-point basket. So the Jimmies extend the lead to 23-9. Right side Kopic. Kopic with the basketball. Kopic gives it up underneath to Fairclaw. Fairclaw back out front, and it's taken away. Driving in the Euro step. Vasquez misses the shot. Rebound taken away by the defenders. So Dordt with the basketball. And driving the other way, Fairclaw. Fairclaw with the two. So Fairclaw knocks down the two-point bucket. Dordt trails 23-11, but Chandler gets the two-point basket to go, and he is fouled. So 25-11, defenders down 14. Jamestown shooting well, and they're 3 of 6 from the three-point line as well. Free throw up and free throw good for for Chandler. Chandler with 3, and the defenders trail 26-11. Bryce Kopic, a 3 on the other end, no good, and the rebound is cleared by Benyon. Benyon with the basketball. Hogsma trying to cause some problems in the backcourt. Doesn't knock anything loose. Coming up with it is Benyon. Benyon into the paint. Shot from 10, no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds, last touched by Jamestown. I beg your pardon, last touch by Dordt. It'll be Jamestown basketball. Tough start for the defenders so far. So Spencer Barr with a 3 as well for the Jimmies. And his second 3. Barr now with 6, and the defenders trail 29-11. The defenders lethargic to start tonight's contest. They have dug themselves an 18-point hole with 11:03 left to go in the half. Let's take a 1-minute break. You're listening to Dordt Basketball on KIHK. Back with more after this timeout.
We understand how complex the financial landscape can be to navigate. Our goal is to free up your hands so that you can focus on what is most important in life.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Snyder Insurance and Financial Group of Sioux Center, offering life, health, Medicare supplements, annuities, and more. Trusted service and exceptional products with you in mind since 1973.
This Dordt Media Network broadcast is brought to you by Sioux Concrete Construction, Rob Suen, owner, excelling in flat work, poured walls, decorative concrete projects, dedicated to providing customers with a good experience and quality workmanship. SiouxConcrete.com.
Well, this timeout was brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at Casey'sBakery.com. The defenders, first order of business is stop the bleeding. Second order of business, let's see if you can cut into the lead at all before halftime. Got time. That is the one positive. Time is on your side here. Xavier Van Beek into the ball game for the defenders. Comes back over to Lorenzen. Lorenzen with the basketball. Comes back over to Kopic. Kopic driving in, and a foul on the play called on Vasquez. That's number 1 on him. Jake Hargens got banged up in practice yesterday, so I'm not sure that we will see Jake today. Saw him in the trainer's room yesterday. Kopic with it back outside Van Beek. Normally you'd see him in at this point of the game. Right side it goes Lusher. Jackson right wing 3. Missed it, no good. And the rebound controlled by Jamestown. Jamestown with the basketball. Jimmies have it. Vasquez. Vasquez, top of the key 3. Everything going right for them right now. Bounces up, hits every part of the rim, and falls through. And the Jimmies lead at 32-11. Lorenzen with it, right-hand side. Lorenzen comes back to Fairclough. Fairclough with it. Fairclough picks up his dribble. Right-hand side it goes Lorenzen. Lorenzen 3, good. Lucas Lorenzen with the 3, and the defenders trail 32-14. That stops the 9-0 run by the Jimmies. Jamestown basketball, left side Barr. Barr with it to Chandler. Chandler, Vasquez. Vasquez directing traffic. He's going to stop on the left elbow, pull-up jumper good, and everything pretty easy right now for the Jimmies, playing with a lot of confidence. Pretty free and easy right now, 34-14 our score. Jamestown up by 20. With the basketball, driving in is Fairclough, backing his way in now. Baby hook, right-hand side, Ben Fairclough. He's got 4 on that right baseline jump hook. Defenders trail 34-16. Got to string some stops together if you're the defenders. Chandler to Barr. Barr 3, missed, no good. And the rebound, a foul called on the rebound against Xavier Van Beek. Xavier, the junior from Sioux Falls. And Jackson Lusher checks out of the ball game. Connor Milliken is back in. Pass goes left-hand side, Linus. Linus at the free throw line. Vasquez. Vasquez gets it back to Linus. Linus left side, Benyon. Benyon with it on the wing. Benyon looking for someone to pass to. Drives in. Dumps it off. Chandler. Chandler with the dunk. Antonio Chandler with 5 points all the way from Piscataway, New Jersey. He dunks that one through. Defenders down 20, 36-16. With it out front, Kopic. Kopic back out front. It comes to Fairclough. Fairclough 3, good. Ben Fairclough with the 3, and the defenders trail 36-19. Jimmy's hovering around 60% from the floor so far. Left side it goes. Chandler jumper no good. Loose basketball. Chandler picks it up off of the glass, good. Chandler with 7. And the defenders trail 38-19. 38-19, Jamestown by 19. Let's take a 1-minute break. This time out brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in 1 minute.
Today's broadcast brought to you by German Farmers Mutual, protecting the farm and home since 1981. Northwest Iowa's local insurance partner, online at germanfarmers.com. Today's broadcast is sponsored by Northside Body Shop. When you expect the very best in the repair of your vehicle, call Northside Body Shop Limited today, serving the Sioux Center area since 1955. 712-722-2313.
When you add up all the Wi-Fi connected devices in your home these days, you'll be surprised at how many there are and how much bandwidth they're using. Do the math. It just may add up to needing faster Wi-Fi. Premier Communications has you covered with reliable internet speeds up to 1 gig. Keep everything connected with Premier Communications. Visit us online at mypremieronline.com or call at 1-800-741-8351. Premier Communications. Looking ahead.
Dordt with the basketball. They get it tossed into Luke Rankin. Rankin will take it across the timeline. Dordt down 19. Let's see if they can get it back to 10 or less by halftime. Right side it goes to Kopic. Kopic with the basketball. Splits the defense high off of the glass with the left hand. And Kopic hits the floor, and he's fouled on the play by Jimmy Linus. Linus called for the personal foul. That's foul number 1 on him. So free throws on the way for Bryce Kopic. Kopic, an 86% free thrower. He leads the team in terms of free throws shot and made and percentage. Good combination. 102 of 118 now this season. Dordt trailing 38-21 after Kopic makes both free throws. First 2 points today for Kopic. Defenders led by Ben Fairclough so far with 7. Jamestown basketball, Vasquez. Vasquez to Barr. Barr with it. Barr comes back to Benyon. Benyon to Chandler. Chandler to Vasquez. Vasquez with the basketball. He feeds it off left side, Benyon. Benyon back to the top of the key. Vasquez missed it. Rebound taken away by the defenders in Fairclough. Fairclough to Rankin. Rankin with it. Up the floor, right corner 3. Missed it, no good by Milliken. Rebound taken away by Jamestown. Jamestown with the basketball. Jimmy's have it, right-hand side. Vasquez pushed to the baseline, gets it away to Linus, taken away by Milliken. Milliken lays it up with the right hand, good. So Milliken with the steal and the lay-in. And the defenders back to within 15, 38-23. Left side, Benyon. Benyon with it on the wing. Fairclough guarding him. They shovel it over to Chandler. Chandler underneath Linus. Linus 2-point bucket. Got a mismatch down low, and they went to Linus underneath, 40-23. Out front, Fairclough, 3, good. Ben Fairclough with 10 points. Defenders trail by 14, 40-26. 6.5 left to go in the half. And a foul on the play called on Connor Milliken. So Milliken called for the personal foul as Benyon took it into the paint and his feet just swept out from under him. 40-26 our score. Throwing the ball in for the Jimmies will be Cordes. Cordes scoreless so far. Everybody else has scored, it feels like, though. Benyon with it near midcourt. Benyon in between the circles, guarded there by Lorenzen. Dordt down 14, 6:20 left to go in the half. Cordes, shot in the paint, no good. Rebound, and we've got a foul on the play called on Chandler. Antonio Chandler doesn't offer up any argument. Personal foul on Chandler, that's his first, team foul number 5 on the Jimmies. Dordt with the basketball, opportunity to cut into the 14-point lead. Rankin with the basketball out front. Luke picks up his dribble. Pass comes back left side, Lorenzen. Lorenzen with the ball. Lorenzen back over to Kopic. Kopic at the free throw line. In deep, nothing there. Back over to Van Essen. Van Essen with it, driving right hand, and Ty Van Essen with 3 points. And the defenders trail by 12, 40-28. Defenders were down plus 20 at one point. Trail by 12 right now. Benyon, top of the key 3, good. Silas Benyon, the step back triple from the top of the key. Defenders trail 43-28. Lorenzen answering his top of the key 3, misses wide, no good. And the rebound cleared by Jamestown. Woodford rattles it, no good. Rebound controlled by the defenders and Lorenzen. Lorenzen over to Rankin. Rankin left side, Lorenzen. Back top of the key, Luke. Rankin comes back right side. Lorenzen into the corner, Van Essen. Van Essen misses the 3. Jamestown, Chandler with it, left hand, good. Chandler with 9. And just like that, Jamestown up 15. Dordt answers with a run out on the other end, 43-30. Defenders, 45-30. Jamestown by 15. So the defenders get the 2-point bucket back on the lay-in by Van Essen. For Ty Van Essen, he now has 5. Shot in the paint is good for Leitz. And the Dordt defenders trail 47-30. Jamestown has gotten way too many good shots. They're 18 of 31 from the floor right now, 58%. This time out brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in 30 seconds.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by Rental. Get ready to power up your projects with equipment rentals from Rental. From heavy-duty machinery to the latest power tools, they've got the gear to make your projects a success. Visit them online at rental.com or call 712-722-3928. Today's broadcast is brought to you by NewTek. At NewTek, they don't just sell equipment, they deliver performance, reliability, and innovation. Their team of experts is there to guide you every step of the way, ensuring you find the perfect equipment for your needs.
Welcome back to the DeWitt Gym where the Dordt defenders trail by 17. They turn it over, back the other way, Benyon. Benyon with the basketball. Benyon gives it up Woodford, back to Benyon. Benyon to Brooks Carroll. Carroll lost it, taken away by Rankin. Rankin to Milliken. Milliken off the glass with the right hand, good, and he is fouled on the play. Connor Milliken will go to the free throw line for the 3-point play opportunity as he got fouled on the way up. Yeah, he released the ball and got knocked to the floor by Silas Benyon after the shot was out of his hand. Milliken now with 8 points pending a free throw. 4 twos and a free throw on the way. Leitz will check out of the ball game. So Leitz will check out. Shooting the free throw is Milliken. Milliken, a 76% free throw shooter. That one's up and good. He's got 9. Defenders are down 14, 47-33. Still within striking distance of getting this down to a 10-point ball game. Jamestown basketball want to get it down to 10 by halftime. I know it's just a psychological thing, but Makes you feel like you're back in it at least. Woodford with the basketball, picks up the dribble, goes back left side. Carroll in and out, no good. Rebound taken away by Lorenzen. Lorenzen with the basketball. He passes it back over to Rankin. Rankin to Lorenzen. Lorenzen misses wide right. Shot no good. Rebound taken away by Lusher, the cutter, and Lorenzen with the lay-in. Lorenzen with 7, and the defenders back to within 12, 47-35. Jamestown basketball, Benyon. Benyon gives it up left wing, 3, no good by Woodford. Rebound taken away by the defenders. Chance to get back to within 10. Rankin with it left side to Milliken. Milliken with it. Milliken back over to Rankin. Rankin back outside Connor. Connor 3, missed it, no good. Rebound controlled by Lusher. Jackson with the basketball back over to Rankin. Rankin on the left-hand side hesitates, fades away, 10-footer, missed it, no good. And the rebound is tapped out of bounds by Jimmy Linus. It'll be Dordt basketball. 47-35, defenders down 12. Throwing the ball in will be Rankin. Rankin left side of the lane as we face the hoop. And Luke looking, throws over the top, finds Milliken. Milliken has it knocked away from him, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Jamestown. It'll be Dordt basketball. So Dordt gets it back after the ball was knocked loose. Ben Fairclaw gets the ball inbounded to Luke Rankin. They did reset the shot clock, so Dordt with it. Rankin with it out front. Luke with it on the right-hand side. Gets it back over to Milliken. Milliken looking down low. Fairclaw. Fairclaw on the wing. Fairclaw dumps it into Lorenzen. Back to the basket, 15 feet out. Kicks it right side. Lusher. Lusher thought about the 3. Instead goes back to Luke. Lucas Lorenzen with the 3, and Lucas Lorenzen knocks it down. He's got 10. Dordt back to within 9, 47-38. Left-hand side, Vasquez. Vasquez with the basketball. Vasquez. Lusher stabbed at it. Picked up by Leitz. Leitz comes back out front to Vasquez. Vasquez against Fairclaw. Shot in the paint. Short, no good. Rebound taken away by Lorenzen. Dordt with the basketball. Under 2 to go in the half. Rankin, pull-up jumper, too strong off the heel, and the rebound taken away by Jamestown, and they'll walk it up the floor. Bringing it up the floor is Cordes. Will Cordes sets the offense. He passes left side over to Leitz. Leitz, Linus, Leitz. Leitz on the left-hand side. Comes back to Woodford. And Woodford knocks down the triple. Dordt trails 50-38. Rankin, left side, goes down low to Lusher. Lusher working his way in against Linus. They bring the double team. Fairclaw, right corner, Milliken, 3-ball, got it. Connor Milliken with the 3-point bucket. Dordt trails 50-41. 1:07 remaining in the half. Cordes goes to Linus. Linus squares up 17 feet from the hoop. He goes left side over to Leitz in the corner. Leitz comes back out front. Vasquez. Vasquez cut off by Lusher down to the baseline. Cut off, fading away, 12-footer good. Colby Vasquez off of the bench, averaging 11 points per game. He's got 7 tonight. Dordt trails by 11, 52-41. And taking it in was Milliken, tried to draw the foul, didn't get one. Back out front, Cordes, the trailer. Leitz, 3, no good. Rebound, Linus back to Vasquez, and the ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Jamestown basketball. Jamestown with it, 4-second difference, shot clock and game clock. And we have a timeout on the floor charged to Jamestown. Timeout Jimmy's. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in 30 seconds. 52-41. The Dordt defenders trailing by 11. And the Jamestown Jimmies with the basketball. Jimmies have it, right-hand side, picking up the dribble. They throw it underneath. With it is Leitz. Leitz fading away. His shot no good. Rebound cleared by the defenders. 2 seconds left. Rankin across midcourt. Floater from the top of the key. Missed it. No good. And we go to halftime. Jamestown 52, Dordt 41. Let's take a 3-minute break and be back with a recap of the first half of action from the DeWitt Gym in 3 minutes.
Hello, Dordt University sports fans. Hope you're enjoying the game, whether you're a family or friend of a player or coach, or a fan of the university. Now, these players and coaches have put in hours and hours of practice, and it shows. But there's one more thing that every coach makes sure the team has: a game plan. And if these players and coaches are willing to put this much effort into a game, how much more important is a game plan for your financial life? Now, the financial world continually becomes more complicated, and we keep ourselves plenty busy. And even if we have precious free time, most of us don't want to spend it wrangling over financial decisions, reading financial journals, or studying the latest tax legislation. But if you don't have either the time or the desire to spend hours upon hours learning and keeping up with the changing rules of the game in the financial world, and then figuring out how that applies specifically to your financial life, you don't have to do it alone. For over 40 years, Money Concepts, the planning firm here in Sioux Center, has been helping households to build their financial game plan upon all the things in life more important than finances. Because there's things in life more important than money, and none of them are things. I'm Tom DeYoung, financial planner and president of Money Concepts, the planning firm. Check us out on the web or social media, or schedule an intro meeting to see how a financial game plan might benefit you. We'll help you build your finances on all the things in life more important than finances, while being a good steward of the resources God has entrusted to your care. And check out our Money Concepts radio podcast at moneyconceptsradio.com or on your favorite podcast app, where we dive into the relevant financial planning topics to bring clarity to the often confusing, ever-changing rules of the game in the financial world. Enjoy the rest of the game, and remember to spend your most valuable resources, your time and your attention, on the things in life that matter more than money. And go Defenders!
This live stream broadcast brought to you by Napa Auto Parts in Sioux Center, your source for quality automotive parts for your car or truck. Let them use their knowledge to help you find the right vehicle battery, brakes, filters, headlights, wipers, and other parts needed to get your job done. Napa Auto Parts in Sioux Center.
Defender men's basketball team trails 52-41 at halftime. A reminder that our pregame and postgame shows brought to you by Wireless World, your Verizon authorized retailer with 7 locations in Northwest Iowa. You can visit them online at wirelessworld.com. The defenders trailed early in this one, got down by 20. And actually we're down 21 at 32-11. They were still down 19 at 38-19. From that point on, though, they outscored Jamestown 22-14. In the half, down by 11, 52-41. Had the game down to a 9-point difference on a couple different occasions, and had the shot to bring it even closer, but unable to knock it down. And we're at halftime, 52-41. Let's roll those first half highlights as well. Fill you in on a couple of the unofficial numbers that we have. The Jimmies early and for the ball game shooting it extremely well, and some of that run out. They had a couple of breakaway layups. Christian Leitz had one of them. Leitz in the ball game had 10 points. Lucas Lorenzen, a couple of threes in the first half. He's got 10 points unofficially at halftime. Coming off of the bench for Jamestown having an impact was Antonio Chandler. He got 9 quick points. Dordt's Connor Milliken able to keep the defenders relatively close. He's got 12 at halftime. And Cole Woodford knocked down a couple of threes for Jamestown. He started the game with 5 unanswered, then tosses in a 3 late to make it 52-41 at the break. 52-41 our score. Let's take another 3-minute break, and we'll be back with a look at the first half numbers right after this.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Beaver Eye Care, serving Sioux Center and the surrounding communities for over 30 years. Come see Dr. Paul Beaver, Dr. Dan Klausing, or Dr. Reese Beaver for all your comprehensive eye care needs. This broadcast also brought to you by Vision Realty. We are polished, experienced, and professional, offering excellence every step of the way. We are the vision you can trust.
Special thanks to all our Dordt Media Network sponsors. Volink Enterprises Incorporated, building homes for families and businesses in Northwest Iowa since 1962. Let's work together to bring your vision into reality. Volink Enterprises Incorporated. Today's broadcast is brought to you by the Van Engelenhoven Agency, your trusted independent insurance agency throughout Northwest Iowa. Contact the Van Engelenhoven Agency Sioux Center advisors Mark Holsoff or Lisa Dykstra.
At Premier Communications, we're all about connection. Connecting you to all the entertainment, work, and family you love with our phone, internet, cable TV, and tech support services. And now, that connection has gotten even faster with internet speeds up to 1 gig. Experience the next level of connection with Premier Communications. Visit us online at mypremieronline.com or call toll-free 800-741-8351. Premier Communications. Looking ahead.
Welcome to Sioux Center, Iowa. Life in the center of everything. Where we connect with friends, coworkers, family, and the great outdoors. Knowing that in Sioux Center, you're never far from making the next great memory. And we grow great companies that make cutting-edge breakthroughs to make life better here and around the world. And when it's time to play, we keep friendship, family, and a bright future at the center of everything.
Thanks to these Dordt Media Network sponsors, Ski Bout Window and Door, your local window experts. Whether building or replacing, we have the products, people, and knowledge to get the job done right. See Ski Bout and see the difference. Ski Bout Window and Door.
Thanks to M&H True Value. Behind every project is a true value. Start right, start here. M&H True Value.
Today's Dordt Media Network live stream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University.
And brought to you by Pizza Ranch. Buffet, carry out, or delivery.
Joyner and Zvort Dentistry, providing the latest in dental technology in a warm, comfortable, and relaxing environment. And brought to you by Ployne Publishing, quality printing from design to delivery. Ployne Publishing.
Jamestown has committed 2 turnovers as we take a look at the halftime numbers. So Jamestown with a 51-46 shooting advantage from the floor, and they've made 7 threes to Dordt's 5. Defenders did get some things figured out late in the first half and just got to keep digging themselves out of what was a 20-plus point difference, and they've got it back to 11 right now, and It'll be their basketball to start the second half. Connor Milliken with 12 points for the defenders so far. Lucas Lorenzen and Ben Fairclough with 10 points each. 5 for Ty Vanessen, 2 for Bryce Kopic, 2 for Jackson Lusher. Lucas Lorenzen with 5 rebounds. Jackson Lusher with 4, 3 for Ben Fairclough. 4 assists for Luke Rankin, 2 for Bryce Kopic. For the Jimmies, Christian Leitz with 10 points. Woodford with 8. 7 for Vasquez, 6 for Benyon, 8 for Woodford, 3 for Barr, and 9 for Chandler. Jamestown led in rebounding by Linus and Benyon with 4 each. Benyon also with 4 assists. Rankin has 4 assists. He's 0 for 2 from the floor. 5 rebounds for Lorenzen to pace the defenders in that category. 52-41 our score. We're at halftime. Let's take another 2-minute break, and we'll be back with a look at the scores from around the league right after this 2-minute timeout.
Today's Dordt Media Network livestream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University. Thanks for watching. Thanks to Prairie Life Chiropractic, combining skill and expertise that spans the entire chiropractic, acupuncture, and physical health spectrum. They want you to move better and live better.
And today's live stream broadcast brought to you by Verhoef Automotive. Verhoef Automotive in Sioux Center is your local Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, and Buick dealer. Verhoef Automotive, worth the drive from anywhere.
This Dordt Media Network broadcast is brought to you by Sioux Concrete Construction, Rob Suen, owner, excelling in flat work, poured walls, decorative concrete projects, dedicated to providing customers with a good experience and quality workmanship. SiouxConcrete.com.
And brought to you by Huber's Plumbing and Heating. Whether you're looking for repairs, replacement, or maintenance for your air conditioning or heating system, Huber's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning in Orange City will exceed your expectations.
Game you're listening to and watching, Dordt trails Jamestown 52-41. Northwestern and Briarcliff are deadlocked at 37 apiece. Concordia leads Doane 51-36. That Northwestern Briarcliff game being played in Sioux City. Concordia leads Doane 51-36, and Morningside 2 better than Dakota Wesleyan 36-34. And claiming a win already this evening, Hastings at home over Mount Marty 88-62. The Broncos are now 13-4, and for about the next half hour or so have a half-game lead in the conference race. Concordia and Northwestern trying to keep pace with them. Morningside trying to sneak up and stay in the hunt. They're a game back right now. Dordt is 10-6, Dakota Wesleyan 9-8, Briarcliff 8-8, Jamestown 8-8 in conference play, Midland 4-13, Doane 2-15, and Mount Marty is 2-16. Hastings, in my opinion, has the best route moving forward. They have a home game with Briarcliff on Saturday. Not a gimme, but it is at home. Then they go to Concordia on Wednesday and then wrap up the regular season at Doane. Other teams in the hunt, Northwestern, what does their path look like? After tonight, they go to Midland. Then they're home with Morningside and home with Dordt to conclude the season on Saturday, February 24. And the Concordia Bulldogs, after tonight with Doane, they are at Dordt this Saturday. They will host Hastings next Wednesday, and they host Midland next Saturday. So Concordia and Hastings, probably the most favorable schedules heading out after tonight. But still some games to be lost, I think, for those teams. They all basically control their own destiny. If anybody goes 3-0 after tonight, they'll likely be the conference champs. And I wouldn't be surprised if they're all by themselves. 52-41 our score. We're at halftime. Let's take a 30-second break, and we'll be back with the second half of play from the DeWitt Gym in 30 seconds.
This Dordt Media Network student-produced live stream broadcast is brought to you by Joyner and Zwart Dentistry in Orange City, offering dentures, implants, and dental care for your whole family in a modern and friendly atmosphere. And brought to you by 712 Realty, a team of realtors in Northwest Iowa with the drive, care, and the results you need to buy or sell your home. Visit them online at 712realty.com. Leading you home.
On the putback by Lorenzen, taken away by Milliken, tries to fire it out front, and the steal and the lay-in for Benyon. So Silas Benyon with the 2-point bucket on the steal and the lay-in, and he is fouled. The defenders get some shots in the paint, come up empty. And the Jamestown Jimmies extend the lead back to 13, pending a free throw. 54-41 our score. Jamestown by 13, and Benyon misses the free throw. He's got 8, and the defenders trail by 13, 54-41. Well, plenty of time. And as I said earlier, that's the one thing Dordt had on its side in the first half, getting down big early. Driving in, laying it up is Ben Fairclough. Fairclough with a dozen. Dordt trails by 11, 54-43. Also, I promised you during the women's game, hopefully get that final diagnosis on Hayden Hymanson, and I do respect privacy, but the knee injury will cause her to miss the remainder of the 2023-24 basketball season. So her season is complete. Shot no good by Lorenzen. Rebound taken away by Jamestown. Jamestown with the basketball. Cordis with it out front. Cordis with it. Gives it up to Woodford. Woodford with it. Woodford back to Benyon. Benyon at the free throw line. Benyon looks to hand it off. Gets it to Linus. Linus to Cordis. Cordis misses the shot. Rebound taken away by the defenders. Down 11. 54-43. Driving in is Kopic. Kopic right side. Milliken. Milliken 3. Rattles it. No good. Rebound taken away by Jamestown. Jamestown with the basketball. Benyon on the left wing. Picks up his dribble. Goes right side back to Cordis. 2 minutes gone in the second half. Jamestown with the lead. 54-43. Bounce pass down low. Tapped away by Milliken. Taken away by Kopic. Back to Milliken. Milliken layup with the right hand. Good, and he's fouled on the play by Woodford. Woodford commits the personal foul. Connor Milliken will go to the free throw line for the old-fashioned three-point play. And he's got 14 points, and the defenders trail 54-45. Trying to get Dordt back to within 8. Be the closest the defenders have been since the early going. Had it down to 9 earlier. Now down by and scoring, well, with 15 points is Milliken. Connor Milliken very steadily has put together a very nice freshman season. He's got over 300 points this year. With it, Benyon. Benyon lobs it up for Linus. Ball tapped away by Lorenzen, taken away by Milliken. Milliken back over to Rankin. Left side it goes Kopic. Kopic into the paint, puts up the reverse layup, no good. Linus blocked it. There for the rebound and the putback is Lorenzen. His shot no good right around the hoop. And the rebound cleared by Jamestown. Jamestown with the basketball, trying to extend the 8-point lead. Cordes comes back right side. Benyon leans in. His 15-footer left it short. Rebound controlled by the Jimmies, and throwing it down is Linus. Jimmy Linus with 8 points. And the defenders trail 56 to 46. Left side pass, Kopic, right side Fairclough. Fairclough shovels it back over to Kopic, fires it outside Rankin. 3-ball on the way, missed it, no good. Rebound taken away by Lorenzen, back to Fairclough, right side Kopic, 3, good. 3-point basket by Bryce Kopic. He's got 5, and the defenders back to within 7, 56 to 49. 56-49 the score. Dordt on defense. Benyon, 3, answering yes. Silas Benyon with the 3. He's got 11, and the defenders trail by 10 again, 59 to 49. Out front Kopic, his open 3, missed it, no good. And the rebound taken away by the Jimmies. Right side, Woodford. Woodford hard off of the glass with the left hand from the right side. It's good. That one was a little too easy for the Jimmies. With it out front, Fairclough, Milliken. Milliken works his way to Fairclough, back to Lorenzen. Lorenzen 3 off the heel, no good. And the rebound controlled by Jamestown. So Jamestown weathering the initial run by the defenders. 61 to 49, defenders down 12. 15-18 remaining. Woodford with it. Woodford. And Jamestown content to run a little clock. Cordes throws it high post. Linus. Backdoor cut. Benyon. Benyon layup good, and he's fouled. They're going to say that Lorenzen got underneath Benyon that time, and Benyon is fouled on the play by Lucas Lorenzen, and for Lorenzen, that is number 1. Well, the number of freshmen in Dordt program history who have over 300 points in their freshman campaign, there are now 18 of them. And the newest member of that club is Connor Milliken. Shot on the way by Benyon is good. So Benyon with the 3-point play. Benyon now with 14, and the defenders trail 64 to 59. It was a 7-point game. It's now back to 15. Pass goes left side. Kopic, 3, good. Bryce Kopic with the 3. He's got 8. Defenders back to within 12, 64 to 52. Jamestown basketball, Chandler, Vasquez off the ball screen, tries to wrap it around for Chandler, shot in the paint, no good. And the rebound tapped out of bounds, last touched by Ben Fairclough. It will be Jamestown basketball. Well, in case you're wondering, Greg Van Solen, freshman, scored 612 points back that 84-85 season. Dalton Franken, though, he had quite a freshman campaign, 523. Left corner 3 is up and good. And a timeout on the floor, charged to the defenders after the 3-pointer by Colby Vasquez. He's got 10. And the defenders trail 67 to 52. Dordt needs a timeout. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in 1 minute.
Today's Dordt Media Network livestream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University. Thanks for watching.
Lorenzen on the fly, and Lucas Lorenzen with another 2. He's got 22. Then Gustafson squares up against Neerum. Gustafson underneath to Schoenhoven. Schoenhoven layup good. She's got 8. The Dordt defenders trailing 67-52. Shane Hogsma checks in. Bringing the ball up the floor will be Luke Rankin. Goes back over to Hogsma. Hogsma to Lusher. Lusher with it back out front to Kopic. Kopic with the basketball. Goes to Fairclaw. Fairclaw. Ben with the basketball. Comes back. Right side of Rankin. Rankin into the corner. Kopic. 14 minutes remaining in the game. Left side it goes. Back to Fairclaw. Lusher back to the basket against Chandler. Lusher, jump hook in the lane, good. Jackson Lusher with a 2-point bucket. He's got 3, and the defenders trail 67-54. Jamestown basketball. Jamestown, they get it back out front to Vasquez. Vasquez had the 3 moments ago. He's got 10 points. Top of the key 3 by Vasquez, good. He's got 13. Colby Vasquez, the senior from Millbrae, California, has got 13. Defenders trail by 16, 70-54. Well, Jamestown picking up right where they left off in the first half. They're 3 for 3 from the arc. Lusher, jump hook in the lane, no good. Rebound taken away by Chandler. Chandler with the outlet pass, right side Cordis. Cordis gives it up, Leitz. Leitz shot no good. Rebound controlled by the defenders and Rankin. Luke with it at the top of the key. Rankin back over to Hogsma. Hogsma on the wing. Back to Rankin. Rankin back to Shane. Shane gives it back to Jackson Lusher. 12:50 and counting. Out front Rankin. Rankin, Fairclaw. Fairclaw over the glass, good. Ben Fairclaw with 14. And the defenders trail 70-56. 70-56. Vasquez in between the circles. Vasquez puts it on the deck. He's got it on the right-hand side against Lusher, and we're going to have a charging foul called on Vasquez. Vasquez whistled for the personal foul. His second. And Ty Vanessen checks into the ball game. Jackson Lusher stays on the floor along with Shane Hogsma, Bryce Kopic, and Luke Rankin. There are no defenders in foul trouble. Bryce Kopic has 2. With it is Rankin. Rankin back to Kopic. Kopic shakes right, goes left, now comes back with the right hand, crosses over, nothing there. Back it goes Rankin. Rankin with the basketball, poked away. He'll chase it down into the backcourt. Touched by the defensive player, so Rankin has it. Jumper, no good, and Luke Rankin a little bit off today. And now foul called in the backcourt against Shane Hogsma. That's foul number 2 on Shane. Hogsma, a senior from Gilbert, Arizona. It's team foul number 3 on the defenders with 7:58 gone in this period, in this half. So Jamestown coming back the other way with it out front. Spencer Barr. Barr with it on the wing. Barr has it left-hand side. Barr picks up the dribble. Barr gives it back left side. Benyon. Benyon back to Barr. Barr shot no good. Rebound taken away by Milliken. Milliken left side to Kopic. Kopic short corner. Lusher. Lusher with the basketball. Lusher double. Brings 2 players to him. Milliken drives down the lane, and Milliken is fouled on his way up. So Connor Milliken with a chance to get Dordt back to within 12 with a couple of free throws. Defenders trailing 70-56, now 70-57. Another free throw on the way for Milliken. Milliken with 16. Second free throw is up and good, so he makes them both, does Connor Milliken. And the Jimmies have the basketball. Bringing it up is Vasquez. Dordt down a dozen, still got time. A lot of work to do, though. Spencer Barr. Barr with it, right-hand side. If it's still 10 at 10 minutes, then you know that it's going to be a challenge. Chandler off of the glass with the right hand, no good. Rebound cleared by Milliken. Milliken with the rebound off of the missed shot by Barr. Dordt basketball, right-hand side, Milliken. Milliken to Kopic. Kopic with it. Free throw line jumper, good. Hits off of the front iron and falls through. Had to coax that one through, and the defenders back to within 10 at 70-60. Benyon, right-hand side, brings it in against Vanessa. A little bit of separation, comes back out front, Leitz. Leitz to Barr, Barr right side, Vasquez. Vasquez into the paint. Vasquez throws it up off of the glass, no good. A rebound taken away by Milliken. Milliken slingshot over to Hogsma. Hogsma left side Kopic. Kopic to Lusher. Lusher trying to get his way into the paint. Comes back outside to Kopic. Bryce for the basketball. 10-13 left to play in the game. Kopic gets around his man. Fires it into the corner. Hogsma. Hogsma to Vanessa. Vanessa shot no good, but he's fouled. Ty Vanessa will go to the free throw line to shoot 2 with his team down 70-60. Vasquez whistled for the personal foul, and for Vasquez, that is number 3. So 2 free throws on the way for Ty Vanessa. First free throw in and out, no good. Defenders now 9 of 12 from the free throw line. And a second free throw on the way. Beg your pardon, Vanessa. That's his first miss, so 9 of 11 from the free throw line. First miss this time. He's 1 for 3 for the game. And he makes that one. It's a 9-point ball game. 70-61, defenders down 9. Jamestown basketball. Cordes, left side, Benyon. Benyon with it. Benyon throws it right-hand side to Cordes. 15 to shoot for the Jimmies. 9:50 left to go in the game. They lob it down low force. Linus walled up by Lusher, and a timeout on the floor charged to Jamestown. Jamestown will have the basketball. Linus turned into Jackson Lusher that time, so a timeout charged to Jamestown. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more from the DeWitt Gym in 1 minute.
I got a plane ticket and I came out and visited on my own. Got to meet professors and I loved it. And then talked to my parents and said I really wanted this. I get to be at a school that is well over 800 miles away from my home. And I'm at a very different place and getting introduced to all kinds of different opportunities. I have gotten to hold bees in my environmental science class and see broken kettle grass plants. I'm getting to meet all kinds of people from all different places. I'm learning so much here.
So Jamestown with the basketball. Jimmy's trailing leading, I should say, 70-61. Will Cordes throws it in, gets it in over the top to Linus. 7 to shoot for the Jimmies. Back to Cordes, 5 to shoot. Cordes all the way underneath the basket, blocked away by Fairclough, taken back by Rankin. Rankin with the basketball, doesn't have the numbers. The trailer, Bryce Kopic, 3 right wing, good. Bryce Kopic with 11 in the second half, 13 for the ball game. Dordt trails 70-64, 9:20 left to go in the game. And we have a player without a shoe. Looks like Jackson Lusher will have to tie it on a little tighter. Ran right out of his shoe that time. So the defenders back to within 6. Remember, they trailed by 20 plus in the first half. Looking back through my notes, it was 32-11 at one point. It was 52-41 at halftime. And the Jimmies have the basketball with it. Right side, Benyon. Benyon working against Rankin. Fading away, Benyon. Shot no good. Rebound to Linus taken back by Kopic. Kopic driving in, and Kopic is pushed from behind by Benyon. That's foul number 1 on Benyon. I beg your pardon, number 2 on Benyon. Foul came before the shot, though, so no free throws for Kopic. And inbounding the basketball right side of the lane as we face the hoop will be Rankin. So Dordt down 6, 70-64. Throwing it in will be Rankin. Rankin gets it into Kopic. Kopic with the basketball. Kopic going to work, puts it up with the right hand. Can't get it to go, but he's fouled. Foul goes on Silas Benyon. That's number 3 on him. And Bryce Kopic will go to the free throw line to shoot a couple. And Dordt will be shooting the bonus from here on out as well. So 2 free throws coming for Bryce, the senior from Hawarden, Iowa. Free throw is up and in and out, no good. Well, the percentage has been decent tonight for the Dordt free throwers. 10 for 13 right now, and 11 of 14. Dordt back to within 5. 70-65. Jamestown basketball coming back the other way. Cordes hands it off to Woodford. Woodford with it. Woodford at the top of the key, guarded by Lusher. He'll put up the 3, missed it, no good. Rebound Fairclough. Ben with the basketball. Fairclough takes away his 5th rebound. Dordt with a chance to cut the lead down from 5. Rankin has it on the right-hand side. 8:30 remaining in regulation. Left side pass, it goes to Lusher. Lusher facing up against Chandler. Lusher, hook shot in the lane, good. Jackson Lusher with a 2-point bucket. He's got 5, and the defenders are back to within 3, 70-67. And a blocking foul called on the other end against Luke Rankin. So Rankin called for the block. Jamestown will have it. Right side of the lane as we face the hoop. For Rankin, that is number 2 tonight. Pass over the top for Chandler. Chandler gives it up to Cordes. Cordes with it out front. His team up by 3. Jamestown basketball, left-hand side, Benyon. Benyon back to Cordes. Cordes puts it up over the top of Fairclough, and the rebound tapped out of bounds by Leitz. It'll be Dordt basketball. So Bryce Kopic inbounding the basketball. Dordt was down plus 20 in the first half. They've outscored Jamestown 26-18 to start the second half. And now they've got the basketball down 3. They go to Lusher. Lusher against Chandler. Comes back, right side, Rankin. Rankin with the basketball, thought about the 3, thinks better of it. Now comes back over to Kopic. Kopic, Rankin, 3 for the tie. Yep. 3-point basket by Luke Rankin, and we're tied 70-70. 7:26 left to go in the contest. Jamestown basketball. Dordt has scored 16 in a row. Dordt on a 16-0 run. Benyon trying to back his way in. Ball deflected out. Last touch by Dordt. It'll be Jamestown basketball. Dordt was still down 70-54 at one point. They're on a 16-0 run over the last 7:18. So Jamestown has not scored since there were more than 14 minutes remaining. Cordes with it, trying to back in against Kopic. Cordes back out front, goes back to Benyon, 2 to shoot. And a shot clock violation on the Jimmies. Dordt gets the basketball back. So Dordt with the basketball back, tied up 70-70. Kopic inbounds the basketball, gets it into Luke Rankin. Rankin hit the 3 moments ago to tie it. Now Dordt shooting for their first lead of the contest. Pass comes back to Milliken. Milliken in the paint. Back outside it comes. Rankin, 3, no good. Rebound controlled by Jamestown. Jamestown basketball up the floor, Benyon. Benyon at the free throw line. Benyon, shot. And they're going to count the hoop, give him the continuation. The official thought about it for a moment. and elected to give the continuation call. Benyon with the 2-point bucket. That stops the 16-0 run by the defenders. Benyon to the free throw line with his team leading by 2, pending a free throw here. Free throw is up by Benyon. Good. 73-70. So Dordt battled back to tie it moments ago. Now they're down by 3 again, 73-70. Rankin with the basketball. Rankin back out front. Kopic. Kopic puts it on the deck against Cordes. Back to Lusher. Lusher throws it back out front for Rankin. Rankin with the ball. Rankin kicks it right side. Ben Fairclough 3. Good. Ben Fairclough with a career-high 17 points, and we're deadlocked at 73. 6:05 left to go in regulation. Left side pass, Benyon. Benyon to Vasquez. Right side, Barr. Barr with the basketball. Barr on the wing. Barr looking. Pass comes back to Linus. Linus to Vasquez. Vasquez down to the baseline. Cut off. Comes back out front. Cordes. Cordes 3. No good. Rebound taken away by Rankin. Doesn't have the numbers. He'll walk it up. Luke Rankin with the basketball. Rankin on the left-hand side. Back to Bryce Kopic. Kopic at the top of the key. Spins, nothing there. Now tossed to, and it's taken away by Benyon. Benyon layup with the left hand. Good. Silas Benyon with a 2-point basket. Dordt trailing 75-73. The defenders for the game, 46% from the floor. With it left side, Lusher. Lusher trying to work his way in against Linus. Lusher, hook shot, right hand, good. Jackson Lusher, 7 points. You know it's coming, and he flips it up with over the left shoulder with that little jump hook. And we're tied again at 75, our third tie of the contest. Left side it goes. Back out front to Vasquez. Vasquez, Cordes, Cordes, Linus. Linus, jump hook, no good, but there for the tap in is Benyon. Benyon with 21, and the defenders trail 77-75. 77-75, defenders down. Fairclough with it. Fairclough comes back right side. Milliken, reverse layup, good. Connor Milliken with another 2. He's got 19 to lead the defenders. We're tied 77 all. 4:15 and counting. Into the front court with it. Cordes. Cordes to Barr, and a timeout charge to Jamestown. 77-77 the score. Timeout Jimmy's. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in 1 minute.
Today's Dordt Media Network livestream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University. Thanks for watching. Reminder that our pregame and postgame shows are brought to you by Wireless World, your local Verizon authorized retailer with 7 locations in Northwest Iowa. You can visit them at wirelessworld.com. 77-77, inbounding the basketball will be Silas Benyon. 4:09 remaining in regulation, and the number of possessions now limited. You probably get about 6 possessions the rest of the way unless you pull the trigger quickly.
With it on the right-hand side is Benyon. Benyon gives it up out front, Woodford. Woodford thought about the three, back to Benyon. Benyon puts it on the deck. Leaner in the lane, no good. Rebound tapped, and it's loose, picked up by Jamestown. Jamestown with the basketball. Woodford leats three, rattles, no good. And the rebound is tapped out of bounds by Jimmy Linus. It'll be Dordt basketball. Dordt basketball. Dordt's got one timeout remaining. They used a bunch of them up early trying to stop the bleeding. With the basketball, Rankin left side Lusher. Dordt shooting for their first lead of the game. With the basketball, it's Fairclough. Fairclough has it tapped away, and Jamestown comes away with a steal. Here come the Jimmies, empty possession for the defenders. Driving in, shot no good. Rebound tapped out of bounds, but Ben Fairclough was standing out of bounds, and the ball ends up off of his shoulder and out of bounds. It'll be Jamestown basketball. Helter-skelter play. Dordt tried to get the ball down into the paint and ended up turning it over on that last possession. Jamestown had a run-out opportunity but missed. Got going a little too fast. Cordes with the basketball. Cordes at the top of the key, guarded by Kopic. Will Cordes with it, guarded by Kopic. Beyond the three-point line, left wing. He's going to drive in. Stops, nothing there. Throws it out front for Linus. Three to shoot. Linus trying to back his way in. Hook shot no good. Rebound taken away by Ben Fairclough. He hands it off to Luke Rankin. Rankin with the basketball, and the junior point guard from Grimes, Iowa will set the offense. 2:50 and counting, ball game. Dordt tied up 77-77, and Bryce Kopic drives in, and Kopic has his layup attempt blocked. Linus swatted it away. Benyon trying to back Rankin in. Comes back over to Leitz, and Leitz hits the three. Leitz with the three. He's got 13, and the Jimmies lead 80-77. Dordt needs an answer. 2:25 remaining. Left side it goes to Rankin. Rankin with the ball. Rankin pull up. 15-footer good. He's got 5. Dordt trailing 80-79. It's 80-79 with 2:05 remaining. With the right-hand side, Woodford. Woodford thought about the step back. Instead comes back over to Cordes. Cordes to Leitz. Leitz. Cordes, right side. Cordes three, good. That one hurts. 2-possession ball game now. Cordes with his first three. Dordt trails 83-79. Left side it goes, Fairclough. 1:40 remaining in the game. Pass right side, Milliken. Milliken down to the baseline. Dordt can't afford empty possessions. Kopic three, no good. And maybe wanted to pass that one an extra time or two. It was under duress with the basketball. Left-hand side, Benyon. Dordt must get a stop here. 1:18 and counting. 16 seconds on the shot clock. Benyon out front, guarded there by Fairclough. He's going to go to the hoop, scoops it up with the right hand, good. Benyon with the 2-point bucket. He's got 23. Defenders trail 85-79. 1 minute remaining. Shot is blocked by Linus, but a foul on the play. So Linus whistled for the personal foul that time. Linus, a rim protector, 6'8". He's had a couple of blocked shots here in the last moments. He's got 4 for the ball game. And Ben Fairclough will go to the free throw line with an opportunity to get Dordt back to within 4 with a couple of makes. First one up, and that one's good. Fairclough with another one on the way. Lusher will check out of the ball game. Lucas Lorenzen is back in. A second free throw on the way. Trying to make it a 4-point ball game. 1:01 remaining in regulation, and Fairclough makes them both. Dordt has 1 timeout remaining. They won't use it here. So Dordt down 4. Jamestown basketball, left-hand side. Get a stop here. And now a timeout on the floor charged to Jamestown. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in 30 seconds.
I wish I would have maybe done graduate work sooner, but the fact that I could do it when I had a growing family, the fact that Dordt kind of met me where I was at that time and where I still am, makes it manageable no matter what really season of life you're in. They understand that you're a working professional. I definitely feel equipped and ready to be a school leader. Just the way that Dordt structures things and the support that they provide for you sets you up for success.
Dordt trailing by 4 with 54.1 seconds remaining. It'll be Jamestown basketball when we resume play. They'll be inbounding in front of their bench. Dordt has one foul to give before Jamestown gets to the bonus. Around the league, Morningside leads Dakota Wesleyan 82-79. Northwestern leads Briar Cliff with 2:32 remaining, 65-62. And Concordia leads Doane with 1:37 remaining, 88-84. Lucas Lorenzen guarding the inbounds pass. And with the basketball out front, Cordes guarded by Kopic, and Kopic's going to commit the quick foul. And we're going to play the foul game. Will Cordes will go to the free throw line. No, that puts Dordt at the doorstep of the bonus. So now the defenders, 20 seconds on the shot clock. Jamestown can take it down near 30 seconds. With the basketball, Vasquez. Vasquez with it. Vasquez guarded by Rankin, 13 seconds. So Dordt will try to get a stop here. Vasquez with it on the wing. Vasquez driving in, working in against Fairclough. Pinned underneath the basket. Shot no good. Rebound taken away by the defenders. So they whistle a shot clock violation. They'll put 30 seconds up on the clock. It'll be Dordt basketball. So Dort's down 4. You need to score, and then you probably have to play the foul. Well, you will play the foul game then. Down 4. First order of business is get a bucket. Dordt with one timeout remaining. Driving in Rankin, Fairclough. Ben, 3, left wing, missed it, no good. Rebound taken away by Jamestown, and now it gets tough. 19.2 seconds remaining. Jamestown will shoot a 1-and-1. You need Jamestown to miss some free throws. So it'll be a 1-and-1 for the Jimmies. This will be Cole Woodford, an 80% free throw shooter. So Dordt got a wing 3 from Ben Fairclough. And that's foul number 5 on Bryce Kopic as well. That's one thing I didn't pass along to you is the foul situation. So Kopic is out, missed the front end of the 1-and-1. Here comes Rankin, 15 seconds remaining. Rankin drops it off for Lusher. Lusher back out front. Right side it goes. Lorenzen, 9 seconds left. You don't need a 3, you needed a 2. You had to get a bucket, and Jamestown's going to win it, 85-81. 85-81, the defenders lose by 4. They battle back from a 21-point first half deficit. They tie it at 70, 73, 75, and 77. Jamestown goes on a 6-2 run an 8-2 run to extend the lead to 85-79, and they win it by 4, 85-81. Stay tuned. Up next, the Wireless World Postgame Show. Let's take a 3-minute break. You're listening to Dordt Basketball on KIHK and the Dordt Media Network. Back with more after this.
The spiritual climate and the community itself is strong. And Dordt remains unapologetically Christian in their mission. And we certainly believe for our kids, the best fit is an institution that believes that every square inch, every aspect of your life comes under the lordship of God. And we can see that woven into the classes that our kids have taken, the athletic teams that they've been part of, the music that they've been part of. It's just all a culture that we appreciate and love so much.
I chose Dordt because it has a Christian perspective. I also chose Dordt because I knew that it was a program that I could do on my own time. If someone was interested in doing the MPA program, I would say that it's worth your time to investigate. I'm active in my church, I'm very busy at work, I'm busy with my family, and in doing all that, I was able to do it. And I think that if I can, you can too.
One of the things that we appreciate most about Dordt University is just the sense of community. That community of alumni, of the professors, the college campus in itself is really what supports the students that are there at the time. The Dordt alumni are all over the U.S., even the world, and you know, it's 4 years that they get to be on campus, which is a wonderful chapter of their life. But I guess the thing that we really want is that they can hold on that for a whole lifetime.
American State Bank is celebrating our 50th anniversary, and we couldn't have made it this far without your support. For us, banking just scratches the surface. We pride ourselves in our commitment to our communities, building meaningful relationships with our customers, and doing our best to have some fun along the way. We're proud to be a locally owned and operated bank, supporting the communities we serve. Thank you for choosing American State Bank. We can't wait to see what the next 50 years have in store.
I chose to come to Dordt because it has a really good Christ-centered environment. I just think it's a really good environment. You're really close with your professors. I think every prof for every class I've ever taken has known my name. They're just really understanding and really want to get to know you outside of just, you're just in my class for this semester. Like, I still see profs that I've had freshman year that will say hi to me in the hallway and stuff. So I just think that the relationships that you develop with your professors, with your classmates is just really special. And I mean, the fact that I get to play volleyball and to study a major that I love is just a good combination.
Welcome back to the DeWitt Gym, where the Dordt defenders lose an 85-81 decision. Dordt trailed from the outset, never led in this one. Got down 5-0. Trailed 23-9. Jamestown extended the lead up to 34-14, and actually led by 21 at one point. Dordt got it back to an 11-point ball game at halftime, 52-41. Rallied to tie it at 70 as part of a 16-0 run. It was tied again at 73, 75, and 77. Dordt did have possession on a couple occasions with it tied and an opportunity to take the lead, but unable to convert. Jamestown extends the lead to 6, 85-79. Dordt got it back to 85-81. Jamestown missed a front end of a 1-1. Dordt came down, failed to convert. 2 possession difference. Jamestown runs out the clock, 85-81. The defenders tonight, 29 of 63, as we take a look at the Wireless World postgame show. And why don't we go ahead and run those People's Bank highlights as well. So the People's Bank highlights coming up here. The defenders, a 16-0 run to get back in it, but just couldn't close the deal. Connor Milliken for the defenders, plus 20. Back the other way, Jimmy Linus also had a slam dunk. So Jimmy Linus, he ended up protecting the rim for the Jimmies. Luke Rankin had his only 3 of the game. That tied it. And the Jimmies, Will Cordes made 1 shot, and that was a 3 to reestablish the lead for the Jimmies. And Jamestown wins it by a final of 85-81. Jamestown, 34 of 72 from the floor, 47%. 13 of 27 on threes, 48%, 4 for 7 from the free throw line, 57% for the defenders. 29 of 63 from the floor, 46%, 10 for 30 on threes, 33.3%, 13 of 16 from the free throw line, 81%. Jamestown had a 39-36 rebounding edge. Turnovers, both teams had 7. The defenders were led tonight by Ben Fairclaw and Connor Milliken with 19 points apiece. Bryce Kopic at 14, Lucas Lorenzen 10, Luke Rankin at 5, Jackson Lusher 8, Ty Van Essen ends with 6. 9 rebounds for Lucas Lorenzen, 6 for Ben Fairclaw. Fairclaw also credited with a couple of block shots. 7 assists for Luke Rankin. And 4 assists for Bryce Kopic this evening. For the Jimmies, they were led by Benyon with 23 points, 13 for Leitz, 13 for Vasquez, 10 for Woodford, 8 for Linus, 6 for Barr, 3 for Cordis. Linus also had 9 rebounds. Benyon had 8 rebounds, 6 assists for Benyon, and he had 5 steals. Linus credited with 4 blocked shots. The defenders fall by a final of 85-81. Coach Brian Van Haften has made his way out of the locker room, and Coach Van Haften, team showed some heart. 16-0 run, tied it up at 70-70. A couple of empty possessions, though, when you had a chance to take the lead, and you fight back. Margin for error very narrow. Did a lot of good things to get back in the ball game, but then a couple possessions where didn't quite go your way.
Yeah, it was a great basketball game today, Mike. It really was just a great basketball game. I thought Jamestown came out and played really well to start the game today. For whatever reason, we just weren't ready to go defensively. Some of that was them, but some of it was us as well. And we've got to try to get ourselves here. Be ready to go. And so that's on me. I've got to do a better job of having these guys ready to go today, and I just didn't do it. And so we'll be ready to go on Saturday as best we can. And but kudos to our guys for hanging in there. I mean, it was 70-54, and it was looking a little bleak at that point. And I thought guys did a really good job of passing it. Jackson Lusher was really good for his stretch. He was in there. Ben Fairclaw had a really nice game today. And, Connor Milliken, as always, he was solid as well. And and so were they. They had, Benyon had a really nice game. Colby Vasquez comes off the bench. He does a really good job for their team as well.
What you used up timeouts in the first half. I mean, you didn't just let it ride. You called timeouts. What are you trying to do in the first half when you're using those timeouts, and what are you talking about? I mean, are you reinforcing things? Are you trying to inspire, draw things out? What are you doing in those situations?
Well, I would say that in our situation, we're just trying to change momentum a little bit. That's really what it comes down to. We're just trying to change some momentum, and it didn't really work very well. I guess we did get it back to within 11, but I just don't want to give up on a game. I mean, I think our guys understand that. We don't want to give up in a game, and just allowed us just to kind of take in what's going on, and gave Coach and I a chance to, see what they're doing offensively. But they weren't doing anything differently offensively. It just made a couple extra threes.
We've had a stretch of close games here, just can't quite get it, and I'm a believer that they even out at the end of the year. If that's going to happen, we hope that begins on Saturday. I anticipate another hotly contested contest. Concordia, very good team, obviously. It comes down to a possession here and there, and that's the tough part about athletics.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's the tough part of it. Last year we had a few games go our way, and this year we've kind of had a couple that have not gone our way. But, man, tonight, Mike, it's not about the close loss. It's about, being down 16 points at 10 minutes to go. That's really what it comes down to. I mean, just didn't get it done enough defensively, and they made some shots as well. But, just not quite ready, just getting beat on backdoor cuts, out of bounds play, and they get an easy look on the backside, and, we're not paying attention, and, just getting a couple extra old boards there, here and there on top of us, and we just, it all adds up as we go.
Coach, I will let you go. We'll be back at it on Saturday. Concordia, 6 o'clock start time for that contest, and we'll see you again on Saturday.
Okay, sounds good, Mike. Thanks for all you do.
That's Coach Brian Van Haften, and we do have some scores to tell you about. We've got some games one game that hasn't gone final yet either. So the scores look like this. It was Hastings defeating Mount Marty 88-62. Concordia 94-88 win over Doane. And it was Morningside over Dakota Wesleyan 84-79. Northwestern has just taken the lead on Briar Cliff 72-71. Looked like Alex Van Kalsbeek just simply spun his way, bounced off of a couple people, or I should say a couple people bounced off of him, and that's a game that you're likely could be listening to on KSOU radio over on the Sioux County radio family. Here are the standings then right at the moment. Concordia is 13-4. Morningside is 12-5. Hastings is 13-4. Northwestern is 13-4 with 7.5 seconds left to go. They're 12-4 with 7.5 seconds remaining in their game, and they're leading 73-72. Dordt falls to 10-7. Dakota Wesleyan is 9-9. Briar Cliff sits at 8-8 right now. Jamestown improves to 9-8. Midland had the night off. They stay 4-13. And the Doane Tigers took a loss. Well, Briar Cliff has just taken the lead back under 2 seconds to go. And a desperation heave by the Raiders at the horn. Bounces off of the rim, it appears. And Briar Cliff wins it in the closing moments. 74-73. That drops Northwestern to 12-5. And Briar Cliff improves to 9-8. So the defenders, 10-7, sitting in 5th place. And right now 2 games behind Morningside and Northwestern, who are tied for 3rd. And 2 games in front of Dakota Wesleyan in the loss column. 1 game in front of Briar Cliff and Jamestown in the loss columns. Have a sweep over Briar Cliff and a split with the Jimmies. So still a lot to sort through, but that's going to do it for our broadcast this evening of Dordt basketball, where Jamestown defeats Dordt by a final of 85-81. In men's basketball, earlier tonight in women's play, it was Dordt 73, Jamestown 55. For the Dordt Media Network crew of students and Rich Lodewijk, and for Dale Baker back at the Sioux County Radio Studios, I'm Mike Biker.